Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm making birria tacos. I've been getting a lot of requests to make these. So these will be the ingredients we need for our birria. This is our meat, chuck pot roast. I have 5 pounds because I'm making for my family. This is corn tortillas, mozzarella cheese. I use both Mexican cheese and mozzarella cheese. Chicken broth. These are the different types of chiles you will need. I had bought in these at my local grocery store. You'll also need some garlic, some carrots, some celery. I use 2 different types of onions. I use yellow onions and the purple. These are the spices that I'm using to season my meat. I'm using adobo, seasoning salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and oregano. So I'm gonna cut my meat in like little sections. It just makes it a lot easier to cook. So chuck pot roast has a lot of fat in it, and right now I'm just cutting the fat off because it does have a lot of excess fat on it and you don't want to cook that. So I took out as much fat as I could. When it's done, I'll just go through it and cut as much as I can. But yeah, I cut it up in squares and it just helps up speed the process to cook. I have my meat on medium high. Right now I'm just putting the meat in just so it can brown in a little bit, just to give it a little bit more flavor. I'm letting it cook for like 2 or 3 minutes and then I'll begin to add the other stuff in. After 2 minutes or so, you can begin to add your ingredients to start making your birria. I'm using a chicken bouillon packet, but you can use the cube if you want. I like my meat to have a lot of flavor, so I use both chicken packet and chicken broth. You really don't need both if you're trying to go the healthier route, but I like to use both, so it's really up to you guys. Now I'm adding the garlic. I usually put like, depending how much meat I use, I put in like 3 or 4, but because I'm making 5 pounds of meat, I'm probably gonna put like 7 or 8. Now I'm gonna add both my yellow onion and my red onion. I'm adding my carrots. I'm going to add my celery now. I'm gonna add like 3 cups of water, but it's really supposed to be until like it covers up the meat. I almost forgot to add my bay leaves. You can add like 2 or 3 of these. Now I'm going to start my consomme broth. I use 5 or 6 different chiles. These are Arbol chiles, California chiles, New Mexico chiles, Guajillo chiles. So I know it may seem that it's a lot of chiles, but I promise you it's not hot. When we had added the carrots in the beginning, that the spiciness to go away. Now I'm cutting both sides of the chile and taking out the seeds. The seeds is what has be spicy. After you cut your chiles, you want to put your chiles in the beef broth for at least an hour or so. That way when we blend your chiles and onions and garlic and all that's in there, we can start making the consomme sauce. In a blender, you want to add your garlics, onions, and chiles. Now I'm adding the different spices to make in the consomme dipping sauce. A teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of sesame seeds, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, some white vinegar, and we want to blend that then. After your meat's been on for 3 to 4 hours, you want to grab a cup and put it in the blended sauce, and you want to blend that. And this is how it should look. You will need a strainer to strain your blended sauce to put in your beef broth, which is your consomme. You will need some cilantro, lime, and onions. This is how your consomme should look like, nice and red. Wow, I wish you can smell my kitchen. This birria smells amazing. My skillet's on 400 degrees, but you can use a pan if you like. Now I'm dipping my corn tortilla on my hot skillet. You want to make sure you dip your tortilla into the consomme. It gives it a lot of flavor. After a minute or two, you can flip your corn tortilla around for another minute or two. Now my favorite part, you can start adding the mozzarella cheese. You can add as much cheese as you want. We love cheese, so we add a lot. Now I'm adding my beef birria to my queso taco. You will need your onions and cilantro, and you can start putting as much as you want on your queso tacos. You can also start squeezing some lime onto your tacos. Now I'm just folding my tacos. Just be careful because it's very hot. Into a cup, sprinkle some onions, cilantro, and squeeze some lime into it. And you can start putting your consomme beef broth into it. And there you go, birria queso tacos. Promise you guys won't regret this recipe, and if you do try it, let me know down in the comments how it turned out. Hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.